And coming to your mat. Hi all. We're going to take some smooth full belly breaths, hand to belly, hand to chest. Shoulders are relaxed, eyes open or shut. Find your rhythm. Drawing breath deep into the belly, into the chest, and gentle exhale. You might want to squeeze the belly at the end of the exhale, or you just might want that exhale to come out all on its own. Moving smoothly through the breath. Letting go. Whatever's been bugging you, annoying you, now's the time. Let it float away with that exhale. Notice whether your shoulders are relaxed. And just take stock of how your body feels. So we're going to start with a bit of tapping. Looks strange, I know. We're waking up acupuncture points in the arms. So down the sides of the insides of the arms. Those are your yin meridians. The outside, the yang meridians. Now not only are we opening and getting that chi activated, that energy activated, but it improves your circulation. So all the circulation through all the connective tissue and the interstitial tissues just below the skin. It's also quite warming. Keep that energy moving up the outside, down the inside. So lung, heart, pericardial meridians down the inside of the arm, and large intestine as Sanjiao up the outside, and small intestine as well. We float the arms up, reach with the fingers, deep bending the knees, folding forward. My feet are not together. This is because I feel comfortable like this today. Sometimes you might want to have your feet together, sometimes apart. Float the arms up, reach, lengthen the spine, deep bending the knees, folding forward. Just let your shoulders and arms be soft. And you get some energy moving through the body, moving through the spine. And just finding that connection with the breath, with the movement. Find a little meditative space as you move. Fold as deeply as you feel comfortable. Don't ever force yourself to touch the floor, touch your toes. Be mindful of what's happening in your back. We're going to interlace the fingers, push the hands away, so pushing the hands down to the floor. Try not to squeeze your shoulder blades together. We're going to lift the chest. Lift your chin if it's comfortable. We want to stretch the front of the throat. We still want the spine long with a little bit of back bend, opening the chest. Deep bend in the knees, and we're going to fold, the Uttanasana variation. Don't worry if your arms don't come anywhere near straight up, pushing to the ceiling. Just, take that movement to where you feel comfortable. This really depends on your shoulder mobility. Be kind to yourself. No judging. Take a breath, reach and extend. And bring the hands down in prayer. Always be kind to yourself. We're going to take a standing cat-cow, so float the arms open. Turn the shoulders in, bring the backs of the hands together as you exhale. Inhale, turn the shoulders out. Open the chest. Exhale, turn the shoulders in. So similar to our spinal breathing, our standing cat-cow is going to get energy moving through the spine. Bend your knees, allow the spine to move fluidly. As you fold, open up between the shoulder blades. Fold deeply if you feel the need. The deeper you fold, the more heat you're going to create, strengthening the legs. As you exhale, squeeze. As you inhale, open and lift the chest. Keep an open dialogue with yourself. Always see how you feel. Notice any sensations. Take a moment in Tadasana. We're going to take a lateral stretch. So noticing that my hands are in extension, I'm pushing with the heels of the hands. This intensifies the movement through the arms. As you stretch to the side, make sure you're not arching your back. That puts a lot of pressure on your low back. So again, moving with your breath. If you want to intensify, take the hips to the opposite side to the stretch. This is an amazing little flow to do in the morning when you've just rolled out of bed. You want to move, get the spine moving, get some energy going through the sides of your body. Rotating to the right, from the navel, rotating to the left. The extension of the arms, the movement of the shoulder is going to intensify again. So see how you feel. You don't have to rotate too deeply. If it's really early in the morning and you're stiff, just take it easy. Always take a moment to pause. See how you feel before you move on. Notice what your breath is doing. Notice how your mind is feeling. We're going to prepare for a high lunge. So deep bend in the knees and stepping back the left foot. Square up your hips, and if you need to take your feet further apart from the midline to get those hips squared, please feel free. Notice whether you have any compression in your lower spine. If so, don't bend your front knee too much. We're going to open the arms in surrender. Lift the chest. Extend the arms up. Lengthen the spine. If it's comfortable, look up. If your neck doesn't like that, just look straight ahead. We're going to take temple mudra. You can deepen the bend in the front knee if it's comfortable, and take a back bend, opening the front of the body, compressing, a little bit of compression in the spine, but good compression. Release the hands down to the chest, and we gently rotate to the right. If you feel comfortable, slide the left elbow to the right knee. We always want to push the torso away from the thigh, so resist the urge to slump onto your leg, placing hands to either side of the foot. Step your feet back, come to plank, squeeze elbows into ribs, chaturanga, tuck toes under, up dog. And with your next breath, moving back to downward facing. Send the hips up to the ceiling, push the floor away with the hands, heels down to the floor. Steady breath. Step the feet together, come to half fold, hands to shins or hands to floor, and folding forward. Bend the knees as deeply as you feel is necessary. Either roll or take a little chair to come up to stand. And find a smooth, steady breath. We're going to move to the other side. Stepping back the right foot. Square the hips, adjust your feet. And when you are ready, bringing the hands to surrender, lengthen that spine. Be aware of sensations again. Always notice what's happening in your body. You want to maintain that connection with how you feel internally, how you feel physically. Send the fingers up to the sky, lengthen the spine, reach, look up if comfortable. Taking temple mudra, you can deepen your stance now, bend the front knee more if it's okay for your back, and take a slightly deeper back bend. Look up if you like, or just straight ahead. Slowly bringing the hands back down, moving purposefully gentle rotation to the left. And you can stay here, you don't have to do anything else. If comfortable, right elbow to left knee. Placing the hands together, so we push the hands into each other. We're pushing the elbow into the thigh, lifting the torso away from the thigh. You can make this as deep as you feel comfortable. Face is soft, shoulders are soft. Bring hands to either side of the front foot. Step the feet back to plank. Tuck the elbows into the ribs, chaturanga. Tuck the toes under, strong arms, up dog. And bring yourself back to downward facing. Draw the shoulder blades down the spine, spreading the fingers, grounding the hands. Stepping the feet together, we come to half fold, hands to shins or fingertips to floor, then folding forward with as deep a bend as you need. Bring the shoulders and the hips into line or roll up, hands together, find Samastitihi. Steady your breath. Take a moment. Be aware. Feel deeply. Keep the breath moving into the belly. Mind is calm. And we come down to the floor. Floor work is my best, my favorite. Okay, we're taking the big toes together, taking the knees apart, balasana variation, so walking the hands forward. Spread your fingers, arms are active. We're reaching with the fingers and we're pushing bottom down to heels, resting your forehead on the floor or on the block if that's more comfortable. The belly is slightly compressed here, so make the most of it. Take the breath deep into the belly. Gently squeeze as you exhale. Feel the movement of the breath through the back ribs. And then looking up, we're going to slowly make our way down to the floor. Bring your elbows beneath your shoulders as we take Sphinx. Imagine you're drawing your shoulders towards your ribs, lifting the chest. Lengthen through the neck. I've tucked my toes under and squeezed up around the quadriceps. You don't have to do this. If it makes your back feel weird, don't do it. Just push into the tops of your feet to activate your legs. I must confess I have a toe cramp here, which is the other reason I have them tucked under. Bringing hands to chest, squeeze the elbows in, come to kneeling plank. And we're going to take Balasana, child's pose. Again, you can rest your head on a block. And you can take your knees apart for a variation if you feel comfortable doing this. We're going to prepare for Ustrasana, camel pose. This is the simplest version, just placing the hands to the hips, lifting the chest, finding that movement in the thoracic spine, in the top of your spine. We can tuck the toes under and take a little camel flow. So taking the right hand to the right heel, reaching with the left hand, open the chest. Move slowly, move very slowly. You don't want to strain your back here or compress your low back. So only find as much extension in your spine as it's going to allow without pinching in your lower back. This is a beautiful variation to connect with your breath. Inhale, lift and open. And as you exhale, slowly lower the arm. Just finishing off with this simpler version. And then we'll bring bottom to heels and take your child's pose. So we've taken the spine into extension, and now we're going to go into a little bit of flexion just to create some length. Get circulation moving through your spine, through your kidneys, your adrenal glands. These are all really important things to do to find that immune health. Finding your downward facing, pushing the floor away with the hands, take the bottom to the ceiling. If the heels don't reach the floor, it doesn't matter. If you need to do this with knees bent, go for it. Draw the shoulder blades down. The face is soft, breath is steady. We're going to find our seat and we slowly make our way down to the floor. The knees are bent, feet hip distance apart. I like to adjust my head so I know my neck is nice and long. We're going to inhale, lift the hips, lift the arms, take the arms behind the head as you lift your hips off the floor, and slowly peel yourself down. Arms come down, hips come down. Moving with the breath, float the arms up overhead, lift your hips. And smooth exhale, bring the arms down, slowly one vertebra at a time, down to the floor. As we move the hips up, push into the feet. Notice whether your knees splay out. You can pop a block between your knees if that makes the movement easier. As we move into our bridge pose, you can have a little mini bridge, just arms by the side, or you can tuck the shoulders under, interlace the fingers. We can move to support with the hands, which is slightly more intense. And we can come to a shoulder stand from this position. If you don't feel comfortable doing this, don't. But if you want to have a little play with it, stop the video and experiment. So just in a half shoulder stand now. Be mindful that the elbows are tucked in, so you don't strain the joints of the elbows. You do have all your weight in the hands and elbows. I'm quite happy with a half shoulder stand at this point. If you'd like to take a full shoulder stand, we can walk the hands further down the back. Slowly rolling with support, roll yourself back down to the floor. And either just taking the chin up to the ceiling, just to release the throat. You can take a full fish pose here if you like, taking the crown of the head to the floor, opening the chest. Not everybody likes this position, so always be guided again. If your internal barometer says don't do it, take the simpler alternative. Draw knees into chest, squeeze the knees into the chest, release your lower back. Withdraw the right knee in, extend the left. Taking the right knee across the body, extend the right arm and we look to the right. Little supine rotation. Anytime you're in a rotation, make the most of it, breathe into that belly. Draw knee to chest. Have a little squeeze. Draw both knees into the chest. Feel the difference in the hips. Draw the left knee into the chest, extend the right leg down to the floor. And when you're ready, we're going to take that left leg across the body. You can roll onto your right hip a little bit. The shoulders are always grounded. We don't want to overstretch through the ligaments of the vertebrae. So always be really careful when you rotate. The shoulder starts lifting, then you've rotated a little bit too far. Squeeze the knee into the chest. Bring both knees up. Enjoy that nice release of the lower back. Extending the legs. Turn the shoulders out, palms are turned up. And you can take 10 breaths in Shavasana or stop the video and take your favorite Yoga Nidra. Namaste yogis, I'll see you on the other side.